So, on paper, if you listen to the billionaire investor Ray Dalio, the United Kingdom is basically a sinking ship.
Right. Yeah, like structurally trapped.
Exactly. Trapped in this 80-year cycle of just inevitable structural collapse.
Yeah.
But then you look at the actual world. If you walk onto the campus of, say, the University of Hertfordshire today, you're going to find thousands of brilliant young international students betting their entire life savings that the UK is like the ultimate launch pad for their futures.
It's a huge paradox, honestly.
It really is.
Today.
So for today's deep dive, we're going to figure out how both of these realities can be entirely true at the exact same time.
I love this topic.
Right. We're taking one country and looking at it through two aggressively opposed lenses. We've got Dalio's 30,000-foot macroeconomic autopsy on one side.
Which is pretty bleak, honestly.
Very bleak. And then on the other side, we have the ground-level hustle of a Sri Lankan data science student navigating the real UK economy.
Yeah, that contrast is jarring. But, I mean, it's probably the most accurate representation of what it actually feels like to live in the global economy right now.
Completely.
Like, you read the geopolitical headlines and you just assume, okay, the system is collapsing.
Yep.
But then you look at global migration patterns and you see these highly rational, highly ambitious people flocking to the exact epicenter of that supposed collapse.
Okay, let's unpack this, because I want to start with the macro picture first. We really need to understand the architecture of this alleged collapse before we zoom into the people actually operating inside it.
That makes sense. We need to set the stage.
Right. So Ray Dalio, he doesn't really do short-term forecasts, does he?
No, not at all. He looks at history through the lens of these massive 80-year global cycles, give or take 50 years, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But he argues that world orders establish themselves, they peak, and then they inevitably deteriorate.
And his assessment of the UK and the US, too, frankly, is that they are deep into that deterioration phase.
Yeah, deep in it. And Dalio identifies 5 major forces that drive this cycle. And it really all begins with the mechanics of money and debt.
Right, the financial foundation.
Exactly. He argues the UK is suffering from a really profound systemic financial squeeze.
But let's actually break down the mechanics of that squeeze for a second, because, national debt is one of those phrases that gets thrown around so much it almost loses its meaning.
Oh, absolutely. It just sounds like monopoly money to most people.
Right. So how does sovereign debt actually translate to a crumbling system on the ground?
So think of it this way. Credit is the engine of initial growth, right?
Okay.
When a government or a population has access to cheap credit, they spend.
Yeah, they buy houses, build bridges, all that.
Exactly. That spending boosts the economy, builds infrastructure, funds public services. It feels like prosperity.
Right. It feels great while it's happening.
It does. But every dollar of credit issued is a dollar of future income that you've already spent.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
And Dalio points out that you eventually reach this tipping point where the cost of just, servicing that accumulated debt starts to eat up the capital that should be going toward new growth.
Okay, so it's not just that the UK owes a ton of money, it's that the interest payments alone are eating the budget that would normally go to, like, healthcare or education or fixing roads.
Exactly. The pie of usable public money is shrinking.
Right.
And when the usable pie shrinks, the government can't just wave a magic wand and mandate growth.
I mean, they try, but yeah.
Right. They have to extract more wealth from the private sector through taxes, or they just print more money, which degrades the currency.
Inflation.
Exactly.